Do you remember in the opening of Madagascar Escape to Africa when like they're doing the sad thing about Alex, then named Alake, like being in a box and swimming off to New York City, and there's the shot that I happened to watch on Monday. Guess what date it was? And
Yeah.
I saw those things.
What was Monday?
Yeah.
Oh!
Random forgot. Random forgot.
No!
You told me you wouldn't forget.
Was it there? I actually did.
You missed it.
I didn't see it.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah, I mean, considering
There's
the
9/11 in the Madagascar universe. I mean, it makes sense.
but
It makes sense.
thing is, like, there's a newspaper that says 1972, which that's an old ass lion. You telling me that Alex the lion is like 37 or something like that?
Hey, he works out. Those dancing exercises do a lot for you. I'm surprised the dad's still alive.
Like, I looked up like oldest lion, and the oldest one is like 14. The oldest lion would not have witnessed 9/11.
Oh, God!
Cue the music.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 17 of Living the DreamWorks, where we look at all the DreamWorks films, and that's what we're doing. And today, we're talking about Madagascar Escape to Africa.
I'm the Wash.
I'm random bystander here.
I'm Claire.
I don't know why random keeps switching into a Kronk impression.
It's not Krunk. It's trying to be Skipper. Krunk is higher. No, this Skipper is higher. Krunk is lower. But that's not important right now. We're talking about Madagascar Escape to Africa, the sequel to Madagascar, where they escape to Africa.
Escape in quotes. They just kind of. They don't escape to there. They just land there.
They drop like they're in Fortnite.
What is our history with Madagascar Escape to Africa?
Do you two have any?
No.
No.
I guess I loved the first movie a
Yeah,
lot
it's
growing
fine.
up, and even upon revisiting it, I'll say, hot take, I'm sure, but I still love the first movie. Never seen the second or the third.
I'm pretty sure, like, I've never seen a DreamWorks sequel aside from the Shrek ones.
Really?
So every time,
Well, sorry, Shrek. Okay, yeah.
yeah, Shrek. Specifically, for some reason, that's the only one I'm loyal to. But like everything else, I've seen plenty of the original ones, but for whatever reason, I never. I've even seen like the Ice Age sequels. But for some reason, I never bothered like Kung Fu Panda 3 or something.
Well, I have a tiny bit of history with this film.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I remember hanging out in my family's place for it was either Thanksgiving, Christmas, or Easter, because that's the only time I would meet with this family. And we were waiting for dinner, and all the kids went in the basement, and guess what was playing? Madagascar Escape to Africa. I watched it, and then I didn't watch it.
You just walked away.
No, it's one of those movies where I was like, it was on, but it was background noise. It was absolute
okay.
background
So,
noise.
Yeah, with all the kids there, background noise.
Yeah, especially, like, I was looking at the visuals, but could not comprehending a damn thing.
All I really knew coming into it was I'm trying to remember like the trailer or anything.
Yeah,
I
remember.
literally have nothing. I literally have nothing.
We have nothing.
It turns out I knew more about this movie because of Wash's behind the scene facts from last time than by actually knowing anything about the movie. Oh, and by the way, you know when Melman dropped that one specific line, I was like, Wash told me that was from the first movie.
What? I found that out by accident while I was researching that like this plot line would come up again in Madagascar, Escape to Africa. I was like,
I didn't even remember you brought that up. So when I saw it in the movie,
I didn't bring that last part up. Yeah.
I was like, it's Wash.
I knew that part going in, so I think there's one part where it's like, yeah, I was like, I'm glad they didn't go with that. And I think I go, yeah. 'Cause that's one of the things I knew about. I knew about that romance.
Oh man, it is exactly what we thought it was, which is not a good idea.
Yeah, at least there's no baby involved.
That's the one thing that was missing.
That's true.
We didn't even do a plot synopsis. The
plot synopsis is they decide that they're done with Madagascar, so they take they hop onto a plane hooked to a slingshot, fly. Well, the penguins fly, and then they crash land into some nondescript Africa, presumably sub-Saharan Africa. We're talking like the size of like America here. Who knows where it actually is? But they land somewhere in Africa by a majestic watering hole. They fall in love with the place, then they don't fall in love with the place. And basically the whole thing is them just like kicking their feet, waiting for the penguins to fix the planes,
and each interacting with their own individual stories,
and having their own individual stories. Some more weak than others. I remember a joke that Claire made in the Cars 3 episode, which is things happen around Chick Hicks. This is things happen around the penguins.
Yep. Literally,
there's nothing else happening in this movie. We're just waiting for the penguins.
We're waiting for the penguins to work with the monkeys, to build the plane,
to union bust.
Union bust!
Holy shit, what a joke that aged like fine wine. For those of you who are watching in the future, a writer and actor strike is going on right now. So just to see that joke in there.
Like, not even just like implying, like they literally said the word, I'm trying to bust a union here.
Well, maybe you'll change your mind if these pictures get out.
Fine, we'll give you maternity leave. They're all men.
Kowalski. I'm thinking of Kowalski's face. He's like, oh.
He's like into it. It's like, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh my
Kowalski
God.
really is the perfect wingman.
He really. Oh my God.
Also, I just realized, is the joke when you were getting the plot synopsis, Wash, is the joke that the penguins are the ones who could fly? Is that the joke?
I thought there was like one joke somewhere about like, hey, see, penguins can fly or something. I don't know. I feel like there was some.
And they say penguins can't fly.
And they say penguins can't fly, something like that. I'm sure they had some sort of hand wave thing to that idea, but it's more just like it's more a catalyst for much of the same, but different. I remember, like, I'll let Random finish what he's saying. I remember when he was reporting, hey, I'm watching Madagascar right now. What the fuck is happening? And it's like, it's a good point that it's like, so much is happening, and it's all so boring.
The inner writer in me should like this, because it is a tightly chaotic script.
The plots converge together as they should.
Yes, they converse together as they should. Things come back, jokes come back. There's some writing in the writers did their homework. It's just there's something about it that's just off with a lot of things.
Here's my thing. You could say the first movie was predictable, sure. Alec You're gonna be a great king one day. I know the whole plot.
Yep. It is.
I could tell you exactly start to finish. Now, granted, I could not tell you, is she dead? No, backs into her again. I could not tell you that.
I lost it.
I could not tell you that, and I can tell you why. It's because the penguins are involved.
Yes.
But everything good about this movie is unimportant.
Yeah, it's not really important to the story. The penguins, the monkeys.
This is completely off topic of the penguins, but I don't want to start with them. I want stuff to go into later. But I was very pleasantly surprised with Maurice.
Yeah. Like, he had more to do in this one.
It's not even that he had more to do. It's just in the first movie, he's like, the stick in the mud. And then, he got over being the stick in the mud. And in this movie, you actually get to see, like, what he's normally like, which is just Julian doing weird things. And he's like, yeah.
I'll roll with it.
He goes with it. I like that. I actually like that a lot more.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, because King
Like when Julian
is
is talking about sacrificing to the lava, sacrificing to the
volcano,
which I thought was really funny. Sacrificing to the gods in a volcano to bring water. Everyone's like, does that work? Maurice is like, it's 50-50. Like instead of it just being like, there's something off with Julian's plan here. It's a 50-50. I like that. It's so much funnier. It gives him so much more of a personality, and I like that so much.
King Julian is like chaos incarnate, and Maurice is like realistic chaos. Like,
yeah.
They were, like a lot of this movie, they were a hit and miss, but I am the one that's gonna have to mention the bit where, were they aiming for San Diego? Or New York? No, they were aiming for New York, but like they show up, and King Julian is like, it's a bit of a dump. Are you sure we're not in New Jersey?
As all of us are from New Jersey. If I wasn't from New Jersey, I'd probably be like, whatever. As someone who's from New Jersey, I'm with one.
I'm like pointing at the screen. It's us.
It's us. Representation.
There I am.
It's representation. As a minority, I am happy.
I would complain to them, but I'm already stuck in Parkway traffic.
I'll be sure to mention it the next time I get my Wawa hoagie. And it's all right. I'll complain to the guy who pumps my gas.
Madagascar escaped to New
Jersey. Why wasn't there a Madagascar 4? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, give it time. They'll get to New Jersey.
God. Isn't there going to be a Madagascar 4 now that I think about it?
Yeah, there is. And it's better take place in New Jersey. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys said anything about Maurice, I really liked him. I was very pleasantly surprised. Like him too. There's one point in the end where like Mort brings in the shark to be sacrificed and he just goes, I hope the gods like seafood.
That was good. That was good. I like that line too.
And it worked. They turned out they do.
Yeah.
Oh God, like this is even more useless than like the penguins and the monkeys, but like Mort showing up.
Yeah, he shows up in the beginning. They're like, "No, get away from him. He is annoying."
And like literally, his entire plot is that a shark is chasing him, and then the shark jumps into the volcano. The end.
That's not a plot. That's a scene.
That's a Looney Tunes cartoon.
It's like Mort. It's like coming out of the ocean. It's like I did it, and then the shark is coming in. It's like, and he says, "Why am I
laughing?" I really also liked. I mean, it's the only other scene that has Mort in the movie. But when Alex opens the window and Mort is outside, Gremlin, and then Mort flies off. He goes, "Oh, it's just Mort."
It was just doing like the Twilight Zone.
There's a shot of him like deviously like messing with the wires.
Yeah,
and then he goes, "Oh, hi, Mort." Hi, and then he just flies off.
Okay.
No, but it's like it didn't even like matter because it's just like later on there was just like Kowalski announced it. We lost engine 1 and engine 2 is no longer on fire.
No, the line from the Penguins status report. Only 2 people are lost. That's a number I can accept.
Kowalski announces there's a big red button that's glowing. It's somewhat hypnotic. Very hypnotic, sir. Rico, manual. Blech. smashes the button.
Nice.
Problem
Good work,
solved.
Blaze.
Good work.
And then later, like they crash, and there's like, how long is it gonna take? 6 to 9 months. 69 months.
No,
No,
two,
60
9 months.
69 months.
And they come up again for some reason.
Yeah, because it was so funny the first
This
time.
time.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I don't know. That's about it.
There's some again hit.
Because, I mean, I thought he was more hits than misses, but what do we think about Julian this time?
Fine. I feel like there are times where it was just like,
I thought the whistling was never funny.
yeah, no.
No,
I feel like they
forgot
were.
about this joke.
I feel like it was a mix of him improving and them trying to write his improv, and it just didn't work. Or he just maybe didn't know when to quit.
Could be. Like, the scene where the whistling came in the first time, like, I thought that was funny. You march right up to her, look her into the eyes, and say, I hate you. Oh, it isn't hate, it's love. Oh. I like the...
Houston, I love
I
you.
thought a lot of what he said was funny. It's just either... It's not Shrek 3 bad, but it either had a Shrek 3 kind of problem where it just went on for too long, or it was the whistling where it wasn't that funny. But when it didn't have those problems, I liked him.
Yeah.
You know what I think it was? I think it's like, because we talked about it, that the first Madagascar, he wasn't even supposed to be that big of a role. It just kind of happened through improv.
Mhm.
I think this time around, which has kind of become a recurring thing, is that like they said, oh, people like this in the first movie. We'll bring it up again and again and again. People really like the old lady. Now she's like central to the plot. People like the monkeys showing up. Now there was just so many things that were just like reruns from the first one. It was just I was just so bored. It was
Yeah. It's like reruns of the first movie, but first of all, the animation was just gone.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I have no idea what happened to the animation. Like, no idea. And then I guess it is just like a lot of what happened in Gloria and Merman.
Marmon.
Melman. Melman. Gloria and Melman, I guess they had a little bit more to do. Alex, I don't know if I would say it's like it's the first movie. I mean, with everything that's not like the main four, yeah, it's a lot of retreading from the first movie because, hey, people liked it. But with like, their arcs were similar, but what happened was like even more predictable. I mean, the first movie is like, I love it. I'm not going to say it has the strongest script, but like, it was fun. I was into it the whole time. I was laughing. The animation was giddy. There were some great one-liners, even characters that didn't matter, like Melman. It's like, who cares? He's so funny. But here it's just like standard animation, predictable writing and arcs, a couple giggles here and there, but some things that really, like, I mean, I'll be honest, I was annoyed more than I was bored. And one of the things that annoyed me so much, I did not like Alex's story, just to preface this, but
Yeah, no.
But when he's having the argument with Marty, and Marty's like, I'm not unique, and Alex just got himself and his parents banished from everything they've ever... Well, his parents got banished from everything they've ever known because of him, and he has an estranged relationship with his long-lost dad, and I guess mother, too, who doesn't matter. But, like, that's a lot for him. And Marty is complaining because he's like, oh, I'm not unique. And Alex is like, my problems are a little bit bigger than that right now. And the movie frames Alex to be out in the wrong for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Like, I'm sorry, but like, the Marty plot sucks.
It was so bad. Like, I remember saying in the first movie, like, I didn't care about him that much, but like, I got
The
laughs.
movie didn't
This,
care
he
about
like
him that
bothered me here.
It's like his plot is something that would barely fit like an 11-minute episode of a TV.
Yes.
It's so nothing.
It's so nothing, and it's played up to be like so much.
Not only that, all the zebras are Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Every single zebra.
everything.
Get the joke.
Yeah, that's
I don't like the joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they were just saying like, no, I'm sorry, I can't tell you two apart. And it's, oh, come on, are we doing this? Are we really fucking doing this?
only thing about the Marty plot, it doesn't even have to do with Marty, it had to do with Alex. But the only thing about that plot that I was like, I kind of like this actually, The way that he told Marty apart from the other zebras
Yeah.
was the bite mark on his butt.
The bite
Yeah.
mark
from the
Yeah.
first movie. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah, and that's
and it's not revealed till the end too.
Yeah,
so it makes you
yeah.
think, oh yeah, he
It's
knows
like, oh,
his,
yeah.
his friend.
That especially works because when he notices Marty has that speech to Marty, he's like, I know it's you, Marty. Marty's back is turned. So he can see the
Yeah.
bite mark. It's like, oh, okay. Like, I wish this movie had more stuff like that.
yeah. Yeah.
It does have a lot of subtle things, so give it credit.
Yeah,
But it's still like it's complicated. It's complicated.
It's not complicated. It's boring. It's boring and it's annoying.
It's boring and annoying, but it shouldn't. Like the writer in me is so confused. Like they're using jokes, and there's jokes there. There's payoffs. There's setups. What isn't working?
It's not funny.
I mean,
It's
I
not
still just go with it. I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Like I'm meeting you in the middle here. Like
Fair.
I was definitely like when fuck
I'll be honest. When I was watching the movie the whole time, I'm thinking Wash is gonna hate this.
the Alex plot.
No, the Alex plot is probably the worst part of the movie.
That
And
was,
I
if
don't
you
know
were a real lion.
Alex even says a real lion, whatever that means.
Uh,
What is worse, that line or Alec Baldwin line? Hey, I got an idea. Let's make Scar even more prissy.
Let's make Scar, like, not good.
yeah, let's take Scar like not funny, not fun,
Not threatening.
not threatening. Like
And we'll give him a weird John Travolta 70s look.
Yeah, nothing about the villain worked for me, like, at all.
You know, the old lady was more of a villain than that fucking lion.
Me and Watch been doing a good job meeting in the middle. I think this is where we're going to disagree. I thought the New Yorker old lady plot needed much more. What we got was some of the best of the movie. Low bar, let me preface. I thought it was some of the best of the movie. So, like, at first, when she was, like, when her and Alex were having that fight, I'm like, oh, okay, this is just, like, the first movie again. Recurring trend. Then the penguins ran her over. and then,
yeah, true.
and then, it turned less into, oh, the joke is that this old lady is, like, you know, violent and ferocious. And the joke turned into, oh, this old lady's from New York.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that's why I liked it, because it's like, it took like a one-off joke that didn't like it was just like, it was fun. That's all it was, which all it needed to be. I'm fine with it. I really liked it in the first movie. And it just, I don't want to say like, it didn't do anything to that original scene. It just took it in its own unique direction. And I thought it was fun. It needed much more, and specifically, I remember I heard Phil Lamar, and I'm like, they got an actual voice actor to do voice acting. I'm so happy. And then he didn't say anything else until like one line at the end, and I was so upset.
Yeah, no, like, come on.
Have a voice actor, come on. You've got Hermes. You have
got
Hermes.
Hermes.
How do you not use Hermes? And I know he's like Samurai Jack and all these other incredible roles. I don't care.
I know.
I don't care. I don't care. He's Hermes.
In that particular case, yeah,
He's Hermes.
My favorite thing about the whole New Yorker plot was like when she's making the speech, her shadow just morphs into the Statue of Liberty.
That was cute. That was cute.
I was like, okay, very cute, very New Yorkish. I like that.
Again, this is commentary for how much I enjoyed the Alex plot. When Alex and his dad are doing the dance together, they learn to, you know, be like, you know, oh, we understand, like, boring, predictable nonsense. All the New Yorkers are like, oh, and even the old lady's like, oh. Anyway, it's time to kill them, and she grabs the gun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I liked her. I liked the New Yorker subplot. Again, it needed more, but, like, with how the rest of the movie is, I don't know if I want more or if I'm just content leaving it as it is.
Yeah. Again, my favorite line of the Penguins is probably, is she dead? She comes up, no.
Oh, that's just the best part of the movie, straight up.
That's the best part of the damn movie.
That felt like the first movie to me.
That
That out of everything, that's what felt like the first movie to me.
Again, the Penguins are solid. We'll talk about them later.
Oh, yeah.
I personally, like, just even though Marty's plot of, I just want to be unique was bad, I think it's better than the Alex plot. Like, I think the Alex plot, again, it starts off pretty dang strong with the beginning of the movie. Like, I get it. You want to set up where Alex came from. It's, in a way of a sequel, it's establishing the world. Where did Alex come from? It's like, where did Fiona come from? And now they're answering that story. But it's just, they don't really do much with it compared to, like, Shrek 2. Because they establish a whole lot of different lore and customs. Here, we learn that they're all in Africa. They're in a watering hole. There's a stupid ritual where there's a rite of passage, and if you don't do it, you get banished, which sounds like just plot fodder to me.
Yeah, it's so worthless too. Like there's no coming to terms with, oh, maybe this ritual is bad. It's just like, well, my son can dance.
Yeah, and the villain gets beaten up by the old lady. Yeah.
Is he? Oh, that's right. Oh
it's
my
like,
god,
man,
I
as someone who liked the old lady, it's like, I should like this. I remember, like, oh, take the pocketbook, and I'm like, oh, okay, this could be fun. And then she showed up, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
I do not care either. Like, I just want to be like, yeah, okay, all right.
I think the reason we don't care is because, like, we don't want, like, we don't want a comeuppance for him. We want him to not be in the film anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And granted, she takes him away, and I hope he's not in Madagascar. I don't think he's in Madagascar.
But the next one is, like, Europe's Most Wanted, so, like, I think it would be a bit of a stress to bring him back, and, like, also, just don't bring back.
Don't bother. Don't. No. He seems like he's phoning in the role. Like, he doesn't even care about it. There was no villain like that in the first Madagascar. You didn't need that. You could have not have Alec Baldwin and just had the old lady, and that would have been fine.
Yeah, the New Yorker subplot. Just had to find a way to get Alex outside of the reserve, which, I mean, very easy. Anybody
Very
in the background could do, and you'll be with us forever. What about the ritual? Oh, right, the ritual. Like, I mean, not perfect, but I mean, I just thought of it off the top of my head. Better than having villain.
Be like, oh, geez, what about that? Are you going to have to banish your son? Oh, damn. Fuck you.
Yeah, like the whole.
Fuck you.
Oh. Okay, let's follow this train of thought then. Like you take out that middleman, the stupid middleman, and like you make it so that the father is like the extremely traditional, and he's like, this is great. We're just gonna do the ritual, and it's gonna be a peach cake, and I know you're gonna make me proud. He screwed it up, and the father is appalled for some reason. Probably you can figure this part out a little bit more. I'm just going off the top of my head. But banishes him. Says this is an embarrassment. I'm banishing you. And then instead of being like Makunga being the guy who's just like, oh, the water's gone. I guess it's all for me now. It's like the father is the one that's having to confront this. And Alice comes in and says, like, I can prove it to you, Dad. I'm going to get the water back, and I'm going to prove to you my worth. And then you can just continue that plot along.
Yeah, you don't need that villain. You do not.
You really don't. You really don't.
Like, what is he there for? He's there to hold a stick.
He's there to hold his stick.
He just holds a stick.
He holds a stick. And, like, everybody's just like, we don't care about you. We don't like you.
It annoyed me so much. Oh, now you're gonna have to banish him as king. You're gonna have to banish him. Then I'm not the king anymore. Like, actually, a good line. Like, the only line that came out of Alex's dad that he really cared about. But like, hey, like, you know, from this kind of character, like, you know, he loves his son that much. Even if he's disappointed, you know, he can't bring to banish his son after they've been apart for so long. That's nice. Well, I guess I am the ruler now. Also, the three of you are banished. Like, what was the point?
No point.
What's the point? Because then they get banished, and then his dad is like, you're such a disappointment, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, so he's just right back where he would have been if he just banished him anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. They wanted to have that cover of us like, oh, but he wasn't that mean. It was just that, like, they wanted the cover, so they made up a character that has no purpose other than to have that cover. It was like
Alec Baldwin in this movie. He'll sell tickets. I did like the line where it's like, nobody will step forward. Nobody can see a line and go, hey, I'll do it. And then just gets whacked.
Oh, yeah, whacked the guy in the... what's that? I guess I didn't hear any... Or whatever.
Yeah. Like, I get it. That's fine. But, like, it's a cute little joke. There's a lot of little things in there like, oh, that got chuckles out of me because there are some good things about it. Mainly this dancing scene with him and his dad, I really liked a lot near the end. Like I feel like that was a good way for Alex to prove himself to his dad, and it would have been a great way to do it, and he didn't need the villain. So like I do like how him and his dad dance together for the New Yorkers, and they recognize Alex, and it's a really nice scene, and it's a way to prove that hey, he is the king of New York.
Yeah,
and it's nice.
And I guess it's also a nice little bit of not that I mean the character is undeveloped from the first movie so hard, but it's a nice bit of development from the first movie and how when they were in New York and he's trying to explain himself to everybody, he's like, Marty, let me talk. And everyone's like all terrified, but now that they're in this situation, he does what he knows, he does what he's good at, which is the dancing, which is the show performing, and everybody loves it. Well,
Yep.
you know, it's a nice little, oh, okay. It's too bad, the first movie doesn't matter in this movie, but...
Yeah, that's another thing that I was watching this, and it's like, this movie's making the first movie, like, look worse to me. How is that happening?
Oh, I think...
No, this is definitely, definitely still, the first one is still way better. And it's like, it's not like it's changing anything in the rankings. It's just that, it's just kind of poisoning the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess I see it. I mean, I'm not even saying Madagascar 2 is nearly this bad. I see it as like a Cars 2 kind of thing, where it's like they're so far apart.
Yeah.
It's like Madagascar 2, to me, is a joke. Not a very good joke. I guess there's a couple good things about the joke sprinkled in there, like the penguins, but that's what it is. Whereas the first movie is fun. The second movie is a joke. It's not a very good joke.
I can't call it worse than Cars. I can't call it as bad as
Well,
Cars.
no.
I just,
The first thing that I said.
Not even close.
It's not nearly as bad. It's just I'm drawing from that analogy because it's the closest thing I can think of where it's like, I can't see it making the first, like, poisoning the first movie because, like, it's just that much worse.
yeah.
It's like it's going to poison the first movie, but it's like, where is it?
Okay, so we talked about Alex. Is there anything else talking about him? I don't think so.
Alex.
Is baby Alex worse than baby Dory? Say no.
Are you kidding me? It's not even the same ballpark. It's like baby Alex is fine.
Yeah.
But voiced by Ben Stiller's son, by the way. Which is
Really?
Aww.
Okay, I love that actually. I love that actually.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that
cute.
too.
Very cute. Very cute. In fact, baby Gloria is voiced by Willow Smith.
No way.
And this was like 2 years before I whipped my hair back and forth. So, she wasn't yet like a star like she is. But like, it's just this cute little cameo. It's just nice. And
That's cute.
I couldn't find like much information on like baby Marty, but like baby Melman is voiced by the kid who would do like the Wimpy Kid movies, like the Wimpy Kid.
Really?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird how that showed up.
Yeah, what do you know?
What do you know? What do you know?
Yeah, interesting.
Anyway.
Cute, very cute. I'll give it that. Again, they didn't have much lines,
Yeah.
but baby Alex or baby Alecade did fine, did good. Like honestly, that was probably the best part of the Alex arc was the beginning.
So it's showing like the origin of like his showmanship, his like inattentiveness
Yeah.
hasn't really gone away. It's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's I'm not gonna say I cried, but it's like I can see why this can like tug on your heartstrings. This sort of like sad situation, and it's baby Dory. We said it's like cute ugly. That's baby Dory.
Yeah.
This one is just like cute.
Yeah, just cute.
It's just,
Marty, I have nothing else to say. Like he's just Marty's.
it's somehow he has even less to do in the first one.
Yeah, I really didn't have.
I think what made Marty work in the first one, as somebody who's not thrilled with him in the first one, I think what made him work is that it started as his movie, but then when he got what he wanted, it became Alex's movie, and it became like Marty's final arc of the movie was, what I can do for Alex. The person who I took everything from, what can I do for him? What happens to him here? Alex apologizes. He does a zigzag. What does he do?
Nothing. It's like they didn't know what to do with him, but they had to put him in the movie. I have an idea. Let's make hundreds of them. Let's just clone them like we.
Ironic that Melman and Gloria have more to do than Marty.
Yeah, do you want to talk about
No,
that now?
they have more to do. Good or bad, they have more to do.
They do.
So why is it like Marty's story that's like, oh, he's not so unique after all? When it's like, it's not like any of the other animals can really be told that far apart from their own species. It's that why Marty?
Yeah, it's true. I actually didn't think about that, but you're right.
I don't know.
Like
It just
what
makes him
is
seem
that
even
doing
more
anything?
selfish, which, like, part of what he got over in the first movie.
Like there's like, okay, we got Alex's plot, we got Melman's plot, we got Gloria's plot. We need something for Marty. I don't know. He's sad because he realizes that other people have similar interests to him.
He's sad he isn't an individual.
Well, let me
And
put
then
it like this. As always, I watch these movies with Nico, and when it got to the water trick, when he was spit the water out, got it back, and spit it at the other zebras, when they all did the same trick and spit the water at him, I was just like, I'm annoyed, and I hear Nico say, "That's not how water works."
You know what? You're right, Nico.
She's right.
But yeah, I have nothing to say about Marty at all.
Nothing.
Like, at least Alex, there's something I can talk
Yeah.
about. Marty, I got nothing.
Yeah, it's all complaints or just observations and funny joke from Nico.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
And maybe like an occasional funny face, like him reacting to the Penguins scandal was like maybe the only thing that got a laugh out of me in this movie.
Well, the Penguins got to laugh at me.
Yeah. You gotta
that-
talk about the romance.
Let's
Let's
talk
do it.
about Melman, Gloria, and Moto.
Yep.
Moto
Yep.
Moto, voiced by Will.i.am, who just exists as a obstacle to Melman.
I will say, Will.i.am does a decent job voicing him.
I didn't even realize until I looked up afterwards that it was Will.i.am. He actually voiced it pretty damn well.
Yeah, like you hear it and I'm like, yep, that's the voice for that hippo.
That's the
I
voice for the hippo, yeah.
fully agree. I understand why Moto is the meme. Like, I actually get
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. But he literally kills people by him trampling them.
Yeah. I sent the clip of that animation from I forgot the YouTuber's name, but just like Moto just walking forward and just like crushing like office desk and like a tiny little duck. It's just like his whole thing is that he is large and he likes women that are large.
That's it. That's fucking it.
That's it.
That's really it. It's fine for the plot, it's kind of contracting to Melman that he is like superficial.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. God, as soon as it's like they had the flashback, like during the flashback, like they were at the zoo. It's just like I think he's kind of like Gloria saying like I think he's kind of cute about Alex, and Melman is just like, you really think so? And it's, oh no.
Oh no, they brought back.
They're doing a romance in this one. Oh no.
And
No.
they are. I love you, Gloria. I always have.
And it turns out she was asleep. Oh god.
At least
And
Marty
then,
and I.
Alex and Marty just like glaring at him.
That is always
literally
pretty
our
funny.
reaction.
Yeah, like they're just like kind of ruining the moment.
Yeah. Marty, you're my best friend. I'll tell you this secret. I'm the one who broke your iPod.
Oh fuck! I hated that line. That's so. Dated.
I remember in Toy Story 3, Ham had a line, come on, let's go see how much we're worth on eBay. And when I saw the movie, I'm like, haha, that was pretty funny. And I remember Wash telling me, I don't think that's funny. I think that's like everything wrong with it. And I'm like, oh, come on. And then I rewatched Toy Story 3 and I'm like, ugh, okay. I think Wash had a point. At least it won't get any worse. And then I watched Madagascar 2.
Yep. That iPod is really dated.
eBay lives on.
Yeah.
The pod is literally dead.
Yes.
And even if it wasn't, it's so small, I was hitting the screen so hard I got annoyed. Like that, nobody does that anymore. Even like, I mean, you could at least say like, oh, well, you know, phones are kind of like, nobody does that anymore.
No. It's so specific, and it goes on for like 10 seconds too long.
Yeah, because the joke goes on for 10 seconds.
I will. Going back to Melman, there is something I will defend about what they did with him. They're like, he hangs out with the giraffe. He's like, oh, where's your doctor? Oh, we all go in the dead hole. And I'm like, oh, yeah. we have a witch doctor, but he's died. Do you want to? We do have an opening for him. And making Melman the witch doctor who heals everybody is such a great idea on paper.
I wanted to like it so much. And the two scenes where he was a witch doctor, I liked. And he was a witch doctor for 2 minutes.
That's not even 2 minutes.
You're right. Like, 45 seconds, baby.
It was so short. It's like, that's it.
And I really liked those 45 seconds.
The hypochondriac as a doctor.
Yeah, and here's why I liked it. He was good at it.
Yes.
We saw him solve 2 problems, and he solved both. And he was even, like, confident enough, like, Melman of all characters, is confident enough to make quips. Like, he sees the elephant with the meshed up trunk, and he goes, oh, someone's been busy, huh? Like, he's just that confident. Yeah, like, he's just that confident. Like, Melman of all characters is so confident that he can say stuff like that. Like, yes, like, this is good. He loves Gloria, and that's all Melman is in this movie. I hate it.
Oh, witch doctors have this bone in their nose. Oh, that sounds painful. Don't worry, it's a clip-on.
Yeah.
And he just, she put the clip-on nose and says, oh, my mother will be so happy. It's like, I was kind of looking forward to this.
It's such a good idea. They do nothing with it because they need a romance.
You gotta do the romance.
Did they have more things? And then they were like, well, we can't fit it because we have to focus so much on Alex. So let's cut out all these like jokes that we had, or just like truncate it, and then we were just left with like 45 seconds of him like helping other people, and then they're like, oh, you have a spot. Oh, the last witch doctor had a spot and he died.
Now you have 48 hours to live.
You have 48 hours to live.
Okay. One my favorite. At first, he's like, "You have a spot on your neck." He's like, "Wow, that's very observant of you." And I'm like, "Go, Melman!"
yeah, because he's confident. I wanted to see more confident Melman.
And then he starts to believe it. I'm like, "Oh no!" But even then, it could still work because this is Melman we're talking about. The hypochondriac figuring out he has 48 hours to live. On paper, it could work.
Where's the scene of him like devising ways to like show himself?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's not there because of the romance.
I guess it's like, we have the scene in the plane where he thinks he's about to die, and so he confesses his love. So I guess the only way for Melman to have that confidence is to do it again. In the exact same, like, it's in an even more drawn out situation that it's not very. It's just really annoying.
I got to a point watching this movie is like, is this what people think about the first? Like, people that aren't into the first is like, I hope this isn't the movie they think the first is, because like
I was sure that this was gonna be like the Shrek the Third situation where there were like new people involved that just did not get what made the first two Shreks work. But no, it's the same people as far as the same directors, much of the same writers. It's just I think it was just like
I think they're trying to do too much.
I think our old pal Jeffrey said it's time for you to do Madagascar 2. What is that going to be? What?
I don't know. Just throw ideas and see what sticks. And they threw everything.
Just do the first one again. People like the thing in the first one. Do it again.
And again, like I think there are genuine improvements. Like I said with Maurice, more being optimized, I guess, in terms of screen time. That's such a weird way to put it.
Yeah, I guess true. There's like it's half them has screen time.
Yeah.
It's weird because I liked him more in the first one.
I mean, I liked it more in the first two, but I also remember watching the first one and being like, I was very pleasantly surprised by Mort, and you can't really pull that off twice, you know?
That's true. Once you see it, what it is, it's just like there's nothing in this that's as funny to me as like Mort raising his arms up to be picked up.
Yeah,
like that had me dying.
Yeah, I mean, there is still funny stuff. Like, it did really, like, when the shark was chasing him. Why am I laughing? Like, I did. I like that. But I also agree he's better in the first movie. It's just with that pleasantly surprised factor gone, I guess we'll call it. You know, it's you know how Mort is. You know everybody just hates him. Like, really, what can you do with him at this point? You know, nobody wants him around. Is the joke the whole movie going to be him trying to get into the reserve and things going wrong? Like,
yeah.
I would rather have 2 scenes of a shark out of water being able to breathe, chasing with his one life mission being, I am going to devour Mort. Oops, I fell in a volcano because I'm the one expendable character. It works well enough for me. He didn't get ruined. Yeah. And in an attempt to replicate the first movie and missing it so hard that it winds up being so different in every worse way.
I guess it's like there is something to the idea of like just like showing up so irregularly that you just like when he shows up you're like, oh yeah.
He's like, oh yeah,
it's just like the shark is still there.
That's what I thought when I saw him at the volcano. I'm like, he's the shark?
The shark
shark is determined.
Yeah.
Just jumped straight into the lava and that becomes the sacrifice. Like, okay.
Again, they're trying.
Yeah.
You can see that the writing is there.
Yes.
It's just not working.
It's not funny.
But that's the problem, is like it's because it doesn't work. But again, lines like, we will make a sacrifice to the volcano gods to give us water, like that, and one, it's King Julian logic, first of all, and two, like, yeah, no, that is funny. Throw someone in a volcano to make water, like, it's, like, yeah, it's fun, but what makes me laugh isn't the absurdity. What makes me laugh is it's 50-50.
Yes.
yeah.
Like, again, Maurice is the reasonable one.
I really liked Maurice here.
Oh, wait, question. Are you saying, just like the first one, the side characters are better than the main characters?
See, the thing about the first movie is that I would give you the resounding yes, right? Like, the old lady was a one-scene wonder. I would say yes to her. I would definitely say yes to Mort. I would definitely say yes to Julian. I would say yes 4 times, 1 for every penguin. For the penguins. Here, it's like, I still really like the penguins. I really like Maurice. I like Julian well enough. There are so many other side characters. The villain, Alex's dad, Alex's mom, good God.
They literally call Zumba is the name of the problem, which is Zumba, which is
not
like...
Zumba.
I thought it was a reference of Simba combined with Zumba.
Yeah, you're thinking of Zumba, like the PC game.
I was thinking of the exercise. Hey, want to do some Zumba? Rico, book us a Zumba. No, Kowalski, book us a Zumba class. Rico, get your shorts ready.
I like to move it.
I knew I should have seen it coming. Then they opened the movie with "I like to move it." I'm like, I already like this less than the first movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Like as soon as it showed up, it's like, why? This isn't why.
I know why, because it's familiar. And Jeffrey's like, yeah,
Earth,
that's what people liked about the movie. Do it again. Hold on. You know what this movie needs? A jab at Disney. Let's do Scar, but worse. Yay.
It really is like Scar's plot too, because it even has like the watering hole runs out as soon as he takes command.
It starts to look like Pride Rock near when Scar takes over.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even being subtle about this.
No, but
I
also
will say though, the volcano does look nice. Like when you're inside, everyone's like chanting and doing it. It's a cool looking moment.
None of us like the villain at all. The guy he was hanging out with for 2 scenes, maybe it was because he was in 2 scenes, I did kind of like him though. I like that he's the sleepy guy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take over Pride Rock. And he's like, how are you gonna do that? Like, half interested, half not. Like, cool, okay. Why does he hang out with this guy? I don't know, but he does, and he acknowledges it, like, okay, fine. And then the twist is that it's like, oh, he's this guy who's been being built up as like, oh, who you're not supposed to fight. and they specifically annoy him by like hitting him over the head with a rock, and that's what causes him to go big and burly. Like, okay, and then he's not in the rest of the movie.
Yep. Nope. He's not.
Yeah.
And you know
This
what?
movie does
Dream-
way too much. Say what you will about the first movie. Oh, sorry about that. Say what you will about the first movie. It had the main characters, the penguins, the lemurs. Super simple.
I just feel like they tried.
They tried
to do too much.
way too much. There are way too many
if-
characters in this movie that I can say, oh yeah, they're in like 2 or 3 scenes. Why is the old lady, if you're gonna develop the old lady, why is she in like 4 scenes?
Honestly, make her the villain. I know it's weird to do that.
No, I mean,
But
the whole point of like the development that she has is that she's like this because she's from New York.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
the New Yorker the villain. The pieces fit perfectly.
Yes. Again, we said it before. Cut Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
His role is pointless and stupid.
The villain of the film is human exploitation. That's
Boom.
all you needed.
Boom.
Literally, like the whole thing was just like we built dams because we're New Yorkers. Like
Yeah.
it's the whole
And
thing.
even
And
the
was-
fact
that's
that it's the-
how they justify it because that's how people from New York are. If
Yeah,
you've ever
that's how
seen
humans
2 people
are.
from New York talk to each other, you just know this is how they are. This is just how they are, and like it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind, but why?
And you know what? It's not even their fault entirely because they lose their Jeep because of the fucking
Because
penguins.
of the penguins, exactly.
So it's because of it's because of the character's actions that this is happening. Therefore, at least it is happening. Again, there's framework there. There's something here that
Yeah.
can work. On paper, it should work, but it doesn't because it's not funny and they put too much into it.
Literally, delete Mukunga. That's it.
Oh, is that his name?
delete Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's still more problems with this movie, like
Yeah,
the romance. Like, if you gotta do it,
Here's my thing, and this is one of like 10,000 problems with the romance. But one of my things, you don't need that romance because we've already got a better one with Skipper.
yes, it even makes a joke at the end.
Yes, like, I don't understand how they put Gloria and Melman in this movie when the whole point of the Skipper romance is to make fun of romances.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
great. I loved it. Loved
Yeah.
it.
It's
But why is it
so
in the movie
good.
with a romance that's played straight?
I don't know.
But it was so fun. Every scene, like the look on his face when her head came on,
No.
his eyes, like he was mortified.
But they fix it by like wrapping her head.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
The Skipper's
duct
like,
tape.
oh, thank God.
Hey, nothing can be fixed without a little duct tape.
yeah.
Oh my god! Again, they're the best thing about the movie. They're the best thing about
And
the
poor
goddamn
Private
movie.
in the beginning of the movie when he was the air station attendant for Maurice.
Oh my
and,
God.
that's another. Okay. Oh my God! If we're gonna talk about like exploitation and separation of the classes, they literally set that up. And again, that was funny. I left. Like, Julian's
Yeah.
high on atmosphere. Maurice is going along with it. Melman pops in, and Julian is like, this is why we need separation of the classes. Like, boom! Hilarious. And poor Private the whole time. Where's our drinks? I'm trying to get to them, but I can't. I'm a little busy. Like, gold! What
It's
went
so
wrong? Rhetorically, don't answer that. What went wrong? This movie's, I don't even, like, I'll be honest, like, I don't dislike it that much. It's
Yeah, neither
it's
do
so
I.
annoying.
There's a good movie in here that just needed to be cut.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of a few things, cut up Lion, and just
But
and
if we
just trim-
are gonna go, but we did talk a little bit at the start about what we liked. If we're gonna actually go back into what worked, just to try to lighten the mood a little bit, let's actually talk about the Penguins. Did we all like them?
yes,
Yeah.
they were the,
Okay, good.
they were the
They're
best
still the
part.
best. They're still the best part. We're all in agreement.
Yeah,
Yeah, like literally, like in the first second, they killed the DreamWorks kid.
Yes, I
God.
loved it. The movie even started, and I said to Nico, I'm like, wow, like all these DreamWorks movies recently have had a unique opening to them. Nothing for this one, and then there's the Finn.
As soon as like I was like holding on that kid for like
Yeah.
a good while, and I was like, something's happening here, isn't it? And then bam,
Bam. And then they start
Night,
fishing.
Reed.
It's like, oh.
That's so
They
great.
killed him and they're carrying on his tradition. Very Penguins.
I love it.
I mean, are they better than they are in the first movie? I would say no, but like, first of all, that's an impossible act to follow. Second of all,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. They're still like 9 out of 10 enough.
Anyone else was thrown off when all of a sudden the monkeys are just revealed to be on the plane?
I thought they were still in New York.
Yeah, I thought so
Where were
too,
they in the
but
first movie?
I thought
They
they were still on the
they
ship.
were on the ship. So
Oh, true. Yeah, okay. So then
sense.
I guess that makes sense then.
But
Yeah,
like
but,
we didn't
like-
see them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they didn't set anything up. It's like they were already like flying, and like all of a sudden the monkeys show up, and it's just like something important.
Maybe that's why I didn't mind it so much.
Yeah, and honestly, they worked with the penguins. They're like, "All right, monkeys, you stay here. We could use your opposable thumbs." And then they're like trying to like build it all together, and then they come back and like, "We recruited more thumbs for you," and it's just a whole shit ton of monkeys.
First of all,
Yeah.
great shot. Second, joke with the monkeys that I really liked was the Phil monkey did something with his hands, and the other monkey went, "Phil, I should wash your hands with soap."
Yeah, that's good. That's cute. That's
Cute.
Very cute. And then they just get the monkeys to like work. They steal, and then they steal the jeeps from the tourists, which is where they do have this
Wait.
whole elaborate plan
Oh,
where they.
other people! Can you give us directions? No, we're lost too. Penguins? Yes!
No, it was all we saw was black and white.
All we saw was black and white.
Yeah.
I just let there's like there are this many jeeps going around.
No, I love the plan where they just have Private like jump in front of it, like get
Yeah.
bounce, like do this whole death scene where they pull out ketchup as blood and just pretend to be dead. I will
And
give
you
the
know
penguin-
what? When they were setting that up, the animation was super snappy.
It was. It's almost like the writers really wanted this to work.
It's almost like the Penguins of Madagascar should have their own movie.
Yeah. Later.
I'm at that point where it's like, I mean, again, I love the first
That is a
movie.
Madagascar 4.
I mean, I'm at the point where it's like, I mean, I haven't seen the third one yet, so I'm probably gonna feel this even more. But like, again, I like the first movie, and even like the main characters of the first movie, I like them well enough myself. But
Yeah.
the Penguins are just so much better than everything else in the first movie, and now this movie happens. It's like, can we just get a movie about these penguins already?
Yes. The whole Jeep scene happens where they just take over the Jeep. They throw the old lady.
Yeah, they throw her off.
Is she dead? No. And they
And
just-
it's like reverse.
God, like peak cinema
Guys,
right there.
Well, I know we mentioned this literally 3 times in the episode.
It's
It
just
is
so funny.
such a
It's so
good
funny.
line. And then you see all the monkeys working on them just to create this giant plane. And there's some tensions going on. There's also a weird, awkward kissing scene, but you know what? It works, I guess. Maybe it's unexpected. I could kiss you right now, monkey man.
Oh yeah,
Well, fine, but you're just so darn ugly. Like, I feel like that's a reference to a classic film that they just,
they hang on it long enough for it to be.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It does have the feeling that it's like there's something we're missing here.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a classic movie quote from like the black and white movie days.
I don't know. It's whatever. It's
Whatever, it's fine. The funny thing though is eventually it cuts to like them wanting to use the plane and they're having fucking union negotiations.
Yeah, yeah.
I lost it.
And like they were picketing.
Yes, they were picking.
They were picketing. They were negotiating, and like
Maternal leave.
You're all men.
and like the Marty, or I forgot who.
It was Marty. It was Marty.
Melman, maybe. I forget who like just showed
Who
up. all of a
cares?
sudden, just,
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Who cares? It just be like, hey, it's time to go, and they're just like, okay, fine, and then they like all at once they just start working. I like this just because it's a bit more subtle. That they finally go to rescue Alex and Zuba, and the way they rescue is with monkeys in a barrel, like the toy, with like all the monkeys like hooking with each other's hands. Like to act as like a rope for this bucket. It's okay. Like I see it.
Yeah,
Like,
and then they even add on to the joke with phone tag.
Yeah.
they
Don't
just
ram into the wall, you'll kill us. Ram into the wall.
Hammer
It's the
wall,
only
kill
way.
us. There's no other way.
No, it's like they said like pass it on, and like every time like it gets to the top, it becomes the same word, but not. I can't remember what it is though.
Yeah, I can't remember, which is a
it's
shame
like-
because it actually is like, I thought it was actually funny.
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
We'll run into the dam. It'll kill us. That's the only way. And it's like, run us into the dam. Kill us. It's the only way. And then the penguins go off on their honeymoon, and I pray to God we see them in the third movie.
They rammed the dam, but like the old lady there is like ready to like beat them up, and they just
Yeah.
like closer.
Yeah.
If they didn't like have the payoff at the end, I would have just liked that.
Yeah. Honestly, God, if they just left it like, hey, she's crushed, we never see her again.
Again,
Or
I know
like,
that's like the payoff, like just like the.
but if we write out the other Alec Baldwin character
Yeah.
and she just gets her comeuppance murdered in a dam, that would be okay.
Boom, boom. Well, that'd just be okay.
I want to talk about something. Music. What did you think about that?
I don't care.
Most of the licensed tracks were because of the Penguins, and they were just going hit it, and then playing a tape.
They're playing the Boston's "More Than a Feeling" a couple of times.
Yeah.
and an 8-track too, which I thought was a fun little.
Coco Cabana during the whole plane scene.
They had when they did the reveal of the watering hole, they had a cover of "Born Free," which is like a I guess a nice little nod, but it's otherwise just like it's fine.
It's hit and miss mostly.
Hit and miss.
I liked the actual, not the songs. Move It needs to go. The rest, whatever. The music, I liked it. It was
The Hans Zimmer score.
Hans Zimmer. Yep.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer again, and will.i.am is not only the voice of Moto, but also did supply some of the extra songs, including like this sexy song for Moto.
I like 'em big.
I like them big.
Again,
Oh,
perfect meme. You know what? Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say Moto is
Oh, Moto is a nothing character.
he's a nothing character, but will.i.am just
Yeah,
does enough
yeah.
with
It's like
him
what I
to
think
make it
about
good.
what's his name in Toy Story 4, the Keanu Reeves one, the Rajon, that guy. Like
Rajon.
nothing character, but Keanu
Nothing.
Reeves killed it. Same thing
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
And
true,
again,
that's true.
will.i.am did not expect that.
Yeah,
from-
no, but hey, listen, if it works, it works. Good for
It
him.
works, and it works. I got nothing else to say now.
They're not Kung Fu Panda good, but this is the second movie in a row where, I mean, I was hoping there'd be a post-credit sequence and there was none. But this is the second movie in a row where I watched the credits and I was like, these are really good.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of effort into these credits, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Um,
This is what happens after the first 10 years of DreamWorks.
Yeah, they put effort into the
They put
end.
effort into their credits.
Yeah,
Okay, we barely talked about him. Let's really quickly, just because we put this is Zuba,
Oh,
voiced by Bernie Mac,
rest in
who
peace.
passed away in August. This was the first film that came out after his passing.
Oh,
Like that August, like the film came out in like November, I think, and it's right away. This is like, oh shit. I mean, like everything's in there. Like it's clear that this was like all that they had with Bernie Mac, and the performance did fine, did excellent.
yeah, fine.
And I
Character, not so much.
the character is boring because of his association with Alec Baldwin. That's the thing.
What did you think of the scene when he finds out that Alex is his son? Because, like,
Oh yeah,
it's not a bad scene, in my opinion. I think it's nice. Like, it's
It's
quiet.
done realistically. I think is what it is. There's just that sort of like at first he was just like at first he was just like furious and just saying like stupid shit like we can't feed another mouth at the watering hole. Like what? Fucking who's authority?
And then the mom's like, wait a minute.
Wait, yeah. The mom's like, wait a minute, and then they have that realization with the birthmarks. It's like, oh, okay.
Like, even, like, Alex, Ben Stiller, has, like, emotion, like, he is a dad. He's my dad. I have a mom and dad. And it's like, it's kind of a sweet moment if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of nice. And again, that might be the best part of the whole Alex plot, because it's just a sweet moment where they're reuniting. and nothing bad happens until the fucking villain comes in. But other than that, it's just a sweet moment. And I think it is a lot of Zuba. His performance has something to do with that too, because yeah, he's a bit of a shithead in the beginning, but then he's like, "Wait a minute, that's my son! Holy shit!"
And at the same time, like it's even though like he's clearly more like traditional, clearly more like lions have to fight. Like you can tell that they're like, yeah, they like Alan's got a little bit of that. Like you can see that like he's still like very theatrical, even though if he pretends to be like a badass, like he's still very much into like just like corny jokes and stuff like that. It's like okay, I can it's a very plausible like father. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Also, to go with the class theme that we would want in this movie, one, the union busting, and two, you can even do that with the lions. Just like the class of like being a real lion, whatever that means. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is me trying to rewrite the film at this point, which is again, well, that's all I'll get to do in the final thoughts. But I have nothing else to say.
I'm trying to. I just want to bring point to this one more time because this was like, you know, the secret sauce for the first movie, right? I don't know what happened, but the animation being the way that it was just bothers me so much.
Yeah, it's
like
not
you could not
snappy.
believe what a downgrade.
I think part of it is that like the lighting is like for the most part the lighting is like really really flat. So we mentioned like the volcano scene, like that's well enough, but it's weirdly like stagnant looking aesthetically.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. It's just also stilted and boring.
It's not colorful. That's the weird thing.
It's that too. The first movie
was colorful as hell.
Yeah. It was clear that they really loved that like jungle environment. They wanted to explore more of it. And I guess here there's like watering hole,
Lion King. Here we go.
Lion King. I'm surprised it took us that long to just directly say this is Lion King. Outside of Scar, I guess.
No, Alex's story is literally Lion King. Except, but you can't kill anybody. Final thoughts. Who's going first?
Who wants to go first? Who's roaring to go?
I'll go first. This was boring. This was just. Oh man, this was so. We said it already. We said it already in the start. I just have to say it again. This is so predictable. I see like this. There's just those lines. Like as soon as you hear them, you're like, I know everything that's gonna happen in this stupid movie, and it offered no surprises. It's just a vehicle for the penguins to show up later.
Yep.
That's really it. They were trying to figure out what Alex's plot was gonna be, and what Marty's plot, and Gloria's plot, and Merman's plot, and they just kind of threw their hands, came up with some like half-baked ideas, and then just tried to stretch it out for 90 minutes. I was so bored, so annoyed. In terms of ranking, I put this like below Over the Hedge, above Ants. I felt like this definitely had like more things to enjoy than Ants did for me.
As a writer, I could see what they were going with this, and I could see what they were trying to do, but also it didn't work. Or no, not all of. A lot of it didn't work. There on one hand, I love the penguins. I love Mort. I like King Julian. I love Maurice. I love the old lady and the New Yorker bits. There is some great things in this movie, but they try to do too much in one movie. It's just too much. Alex's story is boring and predictable. Marty has nothing. Melman and Gloria are just a bad romance when really Melman should have just been the witch doctor. I feel like all of it, they are trying to tie it all in together, but I don't know, a lot of lines feel forced, or like they're relying too heavily on the first movie. there's just a lot of problems to it that I do not like, even though I should. I was chuckling at a lot of the bits. There is some good here. It's just, I feel like they were either, they didn't know what to do, so they did everything they could, and it just was too much. I am also putting Over the Hedge over this, and I'm putting it above Spirit. So it's like number 13 in my rankings right now.
It is number 12 for me.
And
So I am the Escape to Africa apologist, apparently.
by one.
by
By
one.
one.
So I don't know. I'm a little sad because after seeing the first one, I was really hyped to see this, and then I was just like, oh, okay.
Annoying. That's what I think about it. Annoying. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. So what I will say is that I ranked it above Over the Hedge. I'm surprised I'm alone on this.
Wow.
I get it. I get it.
I get it.
But
too.
I did. I mean, this was the tough part because above Over the Hedge was El Dorado, and I'm like, I definitely like this less than El Dorado, like 100%.
Yeah.
But do I like it more and under Over the Hedge was Shark Tale, and I definitely like it more than Shark Tale. So then the question was like, Over the Hedge, Over the Hedge, Over the Hedge, and I mean, this was more annoying, but a part of that to me, I mean, obviously it's not good, but part of what is annoying me is that it's Madagascar 2, and like, you know, Madagascar 1 is like, part of my issues with it are relating to Madagascar 1. All of my problems with Over the Hedge are Over the Hedge. So I decided, I'll just put it above Over the Hedge. Why not? I won't be alone on this. No. But yeah, no, that's all I have to say. I'm not talking about this movie anymore.
Yeah.
I may not rank it that low, but considering how much I love the first, it's like a Cars 2, Cars 3 kind of thing, where it's like, I mean, I don't hate it, but just considering how much I genuinely love the first movie, I don't want to talk about it.
I can go either way with like whether or not it's above Over the Hedge. It is pretty close because they're both like not good movies.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this movie has moments, and Over the Hedge has like Count Rancid, so like, maybe Over the Hedge is better. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Next time, we're going from mediocre to maybe mediocre.
I have never seen the next one. I've heard many things. I've got nothing though, so
it's gonna be in it. I don't know what the episode's gonna be like.
What episode is that gonna be?
Monsters versus aliens. All I know about is Colbert's in the movie. That's all I know.
I like Colbert shows up like on a keyboard.
well, there's a good movie coming up after this one. So
That's true. It's a good movie.
No.
We don't. There's probably a good movie after this. I feel like there's gonna be like.
Also, wait.
Oh my god!
The directors are Rob Butterman, director of Shark Tale, and Conrad Vernon, who directed Shrek 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. Okay, let's see who wins out.
Either way.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm expecting a whatever plot, very extreme, like middle of the road at best, with a few good jokes in there about the CIA or stuff.
We will see. But until then, I said this the last time we did Madagascar. I'll say it again. Watch, plug.
I'm not doing the voice again. If you like what you're listening to, you can you can subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/WRK podcast. Comment, let us know what you think about it. Hit the bell. You can listen to it in audio form, wrk.simplecast.com, and wherever else you may get your podcast. And if you want to know when the next episode comes out, we post updates at twitter.com/WRK podcast. So please follow us there.
Can I say something? I just finished numbering my movies.
Yes.
Ants is in the top 10.
Man.
Road to El Dorado is in my top 10.
That's
So-
true. Like,
And flushed away.
yeah, I'm waiting for us to get to the good ones, so those movies can like go away from my top.
Who
10.
says they're going away?
Oh man.
This is ants we're talking about.
Oh, you know,
Woody
Ants is
Allen.
in Watch is like bottom 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Wait. The monkeys eventually went, the workers control the meat's production.
God. They did. They unironically did. Wow, what a great callback.
And the Penguins go, guess what? You get a day off.
The best part of the movie is when Alex went to save the water supply, but the villain didn't want him to, so he jumped after him, and then the villain fell on his face and died.
Yeah, he just fell into the hole.
Fell into the hole.
I still think about that moment. Like, you know, however, like when there's like, you know, historical moments, people are like, "Oh, where were you when this football team won the Super Bowl?" For me, it's like, where was I when I first saw the villain of Ants fall on his face and die? I still think about it like regularly.
We will never forget. I'm random bystander here.
I am the Wash.
Ants changed me forever.
Coming up, we got Monsters vs. Aliens. Cause just then,
Monsters versus Antsians. Wash hates us.
I know.
This is an audio podcast. This is getting cut. This is an audio podcast, so you can't see it, but Wash had a look on their face like, why am I here? Why did I agree to DreamWorks? Most of these movies I'd only like if I was like 2.
What do I have to say at this point?
All right, we're done.
We're done.